Governor, do me a favor, will you? Because I'm very concerned of the about the lack about the loss of state sovereignty. Because they're doing it with they're doing it with the car companies, they're doing it with the insurance companies, the car companies, the banks.
Sure.
The only thing that they haven't done it with yet is the states, and they're now doing it with you. But if you'd follow that and let us know and keep us up to speed on that, I'd appreciate it.
We'll do that.
Okay,
we
good.
will do that.
All right. Now, if all of this sounds like government out of control, go back to the progressive movement. It is not what our founders of this country intended. 100 years of this movement have the government growing while our rights are shrinking. I have been saying now for a while, and it really has clicked in my mind, that it is the progressive movement. It is the cancer that is inside both parties. It's why you don't feel like there's ever a choice. It's why John McCain and Barack Obama are like, you got to be kidding me, right? Well, today's program, the theme really has been about out-of-control fear. Fear of the government, states, companies, individuals' fear. That's what happens, you know, when people start seeing a government kind of go out of control. What happens to you when you take the bailout or the stimulus money? We also fear that the government is going to devalue our currency further. And if they do that, then is the Fed forced to buy even more Treasury bonds? We look at fear in the hidden links between government and shadowy organizations. Even if we don't know them all, people fear them. But here's some encouraging news. In Europe, of all places, usually when people are scared, they turn to the government. But in Europe this weekend, they're rejecting the nanny state. While I could say we should be more like Europe, I'm not going there. We don't need to leave our country for more proof that this is a good idea. It sounds an awful lot like what happened in the 1980 election of Ronald Reagan. Under Jimmy Carter, the country's unemployment and inflation were both in double digits, and the income tax rate on the rich was 70%. Reagan came in, cut taxes, reduced the size of the federal government, and ushered in untold prosperity. Instead of cowering in fear under a nanny state, we should reject big government and look inside ourselves for all the things that built this country into what it was. No matter what anybody tells you, fear never played a role in any of that. Good night.
I'm not a crook.